Hey.
Now we should be live.
Hey,
All
okay.
right, let's see. The number just reset. We'll say that. I don't know, man. We might not be. Oh, let's say live. Yeah. Yeah, we live. Bet. All right. Delayed but not denied. That is the theme of today's stream. Let's go ahead and make sure we send out do our due diligence in that regard. Let people know we live, even though we're 45 minutes late due to some things that was not in our control, guys. We're sorry, but we are here. How y'all fellas doing, man?
Good. Can't wait to
Doing
talk about
great.
this chapter.
Absolutely. First thing first, I just got to say, I apologize for being out of pocket. I got to talk to the people, us being OPU, we usually work, Sundays, occasionally working some other days, but as One Piece fans, we got to acknowledge that this is the true tribal chief Morge Tuesday. So I don't want to, be stepping on toes, without letting people know. Like Morge, we gave you space to do your
Does he
video.
stream?
This is our time.
He
No, he don't
stream,
stream, but Morge Tuesdays. Tuesday at noon, you got to see what Morge is talking about. This is
he dropping
it's
it.
Soya Sundays, is Morge Tuesdays. So we just
Not many Sawyer Sundays anymore, unfortunately.
oh my goodness, I was just looking him up the other day. He stopped when the anime stopped.
Yeah, he should be back soon. I hope everything's okay with bro. I bought Oblivion, but I'm not getting a choice to download it. All right, what's going on here? Whatever. Anyway, now shout out to Morge. He always drop his videos when I'm literally like getting ready to go to work. So like, I always put it on and watch it while I'm doing that. Great content, That last week video about Blackbeard, tough. I don't know if y'all peeped it.
I didn't.
That's my guy, man. I mean, he be stealing a lot of my talking points, but great minds think alike.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Oh, I can't
download
it. Okay.
Y'all saw, my little audio for my short, and then like 30% of my short was in this video today, but it's all good, That's what I get for slacking.
All right, Big Tayate Black in the chat. Appreciate you for coming through, big dog.
What's going on, cuz?
What's good? Yes, like the stream. That is actually, I need to comment that. Hopefully, pin that.
Bro, I just bought this game.
Yeah, I'll say this. I was doing good until I seen the Grizzlies Thunder game.
You shouldn't.
Especially game one, bro. Look.
As soon as you come to realize that you're putting your faith in the wrong place, then you will not be so disappointed.
They're going to be just like
I'm not
your
even
team
eliminated in the first round. Thunder is my second favorite team right now, but it's just 50 points, man. Come on,
man. Game 2 not looking too good either. I'll say that.
This is a fraud.
Moran is a fraud. Calm down. It's been a bad year. It wasn't
even Ja, bro. Every time Ja was on the court, they were doing good in the first half, and then when he would come off the court, Jaren Jackson was getting locked up by someone like 4 inches shorter than him.
Jaren Jackson is a disgrace to basketball. I'm gonna say that. I 1000% believe that. He's ridiculous. But we gotta talk about
a disgrace.
At least for a little bit. 7 foot tall and can't grab more than 5 rebounds a game is a disgrace to the game that James Naismith created.
That's not fair, man.
You remember
doing
his
a whole
first
lot
name?
of things that don't got to do with rebounding.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
crazy.
People remember Naismith's first name.
He wasn't doing much.
James A.
Naismith.
What you mean?
Last weekend.
He sucks ass, bro. That's all it is.
JJJ is my kind of baller, man. Outside of the fact that he could just like sneeze and get 4 fouls. Outside of that, like,
what does JJJ
I'm big on him.
Actually do good? Like, for you to be a hater of some people that are 20 times better than him, I don't get it.
I mean, he had a good game against who did he face? Who we facing to play in? Mavericks.
Did he?
Yeah, he had a
Mavericks and was Warrior.
Couple open threes, but it's like he just doesn't do it for me where he's being guarded by someone shorter than him and he can't post him up. He just turns the ball over.
Nobody has post moves anymore. Is that his fault?
No. Don't say nobody. He doesn't have fucking post moves because he sucks. There are a lot
5
of
dudes
players
that got post moves.
Yeah, but why are you standing facing the basket when you can't drive and you're 4 inches taller than someone?
Sengun, Jokic, Embiid, Anthony Davis, and who else? Sengun, Jokic, Embiid, Anthony Davis, Brook Lopez.
I would give. I don't even. Anthony Davis with post moves is not really ringing a bell. I would give Karl Anthony Towns a little bit more, but
bro. Anyway, Gunko Straw has Jimbe sucks. The motherfucker is not. He might not even be number 4 in the crew. Let's talk about some important stuff.
Ooh.
Because y'all talk about he's number 3 over Sanji. Get that man out of here. He just got one shot at low depth by Gunko.
One shot?
I'm sure he's okay, bro.
One shot is insane.
I'm sure he's okay.
Whatever, bro. We don't like that guy.
That was crazy. I mean, I gotta say though,
until he fixed the bounty problem.
I really felt like, Gunko was on a head-on collision for Robin. But, the way that she just clowned like 5 straw hats in like 4 panels, I really appreciate the fact that Oda's making these Holy Knights, seem way more formidable than I actually initially thought. I'm still not thinking much of these giants over here fighting nightmares, like as a group. That's still kind of whack to me, especially when Frankie is just putting these dudes down while the girls is cheering in the background. Like, I don't know, Broggy. You ain't got it like that, bro.
That is true. Time and time again, we are seeing that Frankie in this arc is handling business, like every single time. So it is yet another dub for Frankie, but I am glad that Gunko came in and absolutely wiped all the Straw Hats because it's a reality check. Because we got Brook, done. Nami, done. Usopp, done. Who else? Jinbei, done.
God damn.
I mean, they got attacked. It's a chapter. They got attacked. But, like, I'm thinking everybody took their licks and moved on. I mean, Brook got zapped by lightning, then got punched by Jinbei. So, he's taking damage, but I'm not expecting that to be the damage that's going to put them down.
I mean, he doesn't get hurt by lightning, so that's not a big deal. But the punch by Jinbei,
my bad.
Nah, you good. And then even Robin and Chopper hiding in Saul's fur, I think, right? Just the whole crew, like other than the monster trio, is just like having a complete meltdown in their first huge confrontation. And I feel like it's gonna be a huge reality check that hey, we gotta step our game up if we really wanna get through this final saga and go through all these things. Plus, a lot of mini lore drops as well in this chapter, so there's a bunch to talk about.
That's facts. We didn't stream for last chapter either, right?
Yeah. Last stream was, let me check.
Oh, we did. Yeah,
we did. Yeah. Oh, it's because of break week.
Yeah. That's the disconnect. Yeah.
We just a little bit late.
Right. Yeah, it would be all right.
Let's see who's in here. Hey, Ronnie Williams in the chat. What's good, man?
I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Ronnie.
Yeah, and even Sleepy Bean in here is good.
I'm not entirely sure if I've ever seen him in the chat.
But regardless, what's good, everybody?
Welcome. We love it.
How'd you like the chapter? Opinions on it? Let us know.
1 to 10, how y'all feel about this last chapter?
Why don't you start us off?
I think it was cool, man. I've seen a lot of crying about, so One Piece fans are never, satisfied. We know that.
Oh yeah.
If Gunko went out there and got beat up, then it was like there's no stakes in One Piece. This sucks. Oda was writing a Mickey Mouse manga, yada yada yada. So then the opposite happens, and Gunko embarrasses. I mean, it's not like she killed him. You know what I'm saying? She just looked very good against 5 straw hats at once.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, oh well, the power skill is broken. And honestly, I think it's just a lot of Admiral fans that are mad because they don't want like the Holy Knights or the Gorosei to be stronger than the Admirals. So it's kind of breaking their power scaling idea.
Mm-hmm.
But
this did feel like an Admiral introduction, right?
Like she was dominating. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this is just Gunko. Like, imagine Shamrock. Imagine when we really get to see Summers get busy. Even Killingham, who I'm starting to grow more and more interested in because Oda doesn't hide people's designs for no reason. He's in his mythical zone for some reason that is going to be important whenever he transforms to his human form.
Mhm.
And I stole
But,
this
yeah,
from the
overall-
Eternal.
No, go ahead. Listen.
I got this idea from the Eternal Dawn because when you got characters that are walking around in their mythical form, their whole body is mythical. Big News Morgan's, he doesn't. The reason they brought that up is because Killingham has the mythical face, but he still has like digits and fingers and stuff like that. Like, there's no phalanges on Big News Morgan. If you walking around as a bird, you a bird. So there's a lot of different things that's going on with Killingham that's very interesting, and I like that they happen to put him in the room with Ange, since that seems to be the one that's bringing everybody's antennas up in regards to having ulterior motives possibly.
I still don't know where that came from. I guess you can't be ugly in One Piece without being considered to be a traitor.
Hey, it is what
Well,
it is.
Big
I
Mom
feel like
shows
people
more than
have a
ever.
lot of PTSD after Kanjuro, so.
I mean, there was traitors all over the place. We had traitors all over Wano. We had traitors all over Egghead. Like, it makes sense. I just need to see more people turning on the good guys. I do want to see more of that, though.
Yeah, we don't get much of that, do we? Who has turned towards the good guy side from the bad guy side in One Piece?
In One Piece?
Who has went from bad to good, you said?
Not in in one. It's happened before. I'm just trying to get it. I know it's happened, right?
Stussy.
But that's kind of not. Like,
If
she
you
was
want
just
to
doing-
count Croc-ish because it impelled down, I don't know.
I'm really
Other
looking
than-
more so for a traitor type situation, like somebody actually betrayed the bad side and joined the good side. I mean, I guess you can say Dofi's brother. That's not
Corazon,
wrong to
yeah.
have shit, but
But I feel like
talking
that's
about
just more so
present day,
traumatic experiences built up in his upbringing, more so than like his own decision to betray sort of the celestial dragons and his family. So that's
Violet did it in
say
that same arc. Violet did it.
Drake. Say Drake.
Drake ain't bad.
I mean, is he considered bad if he never even betrayed him from the start? He was always an undercover spy, so.
Yeah, I'm talking. I really want to think of somebody that was like actually.
It's more so like they
entrenched.
were bad, but then they made the decision, be like, "Nah, fuck this," and then become
this
good.
ain't worth it, So
Yeah.
like, let's say like if Who's Who fucking betrayed the Beast Pirates to join. Oh, like you can see it happening, I guess, with Shotty. What bird name is? OT. I guess you can say that's kind of the inklings of it happening, but it's not really.
I mean, they're doing it in this cover page, are they not?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
You get inklings of it happening, but I mean, I'm talking about something like that was like an arc. Ain't just Loki's girl. Jesus Christ, Loki. I mean, he do got a bad track record, so it's not far fetched.
Hey, that is true. But I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I mean, you can technically say Pudding. Technically,
Oh, that's actually perfect. No, that's perfect. No, that's probably the best example.
Yeah,
I
say. Hey, Deron Ross in here was good, man. But yeah, I say
the best example of somebody turning bad. I mean, somebody bad turning good. Lola? Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah.
Oh no, not Lola. Chiffon.
Chiffon?
Well, technically, it's also traumatic, and Lola's sister, the one who's Bench's wife.
Yeah, but did she turn?
Yeah, she wants to straight up kill her mom, bro.
No, I can't blame
but like, I don't know if that's considered an actual turn, but because it's like built up aggression towards like traumatic experiences.
Is that evil to want to kill Big Mom?
I
feel like that might be justified right there.
Based on her experiences, I feel like it is justified.
I think Big Mom is a good person at heart.
What?
But you gotta dig very, very deep.
Big Mom is a good person at heart?
At heart. If you think of all of the Yonko's goals, not all of them, because we don't really got many of them, but her idea of bringing all the races together isn't a bad
Beautiful.
idea. It's just
Beautiful.
the execution that's bad.
But yeah, it's like in this weird, twisted, like Pokemon way of like catching them and putting them in books and
That's facts.
putting them in
It's
cages.
the execution, once again, is the execution. But the idea itself, I think, well, I don't think she can be redeemed anymore. But there was something there.
Preach is spitting, bro. She did treat all these different people like Pokemon. And once
No,
the
that's facts.
once the stepdaddies came into place, they're like, bro, as soon as I get the kid, you're out of the picture, and then either dead or just disappear. They gone.
I just don't
Man,
see how
please
we
remember
could
that.
like Big Mom, the things that
Yo,
we've known
shout out
about
to
her. I
Jared
don't
Jackson
know.
Jr. This dude is a fucking embarrassment, bro.
Just remember that she was indoctrinated to think the way that she thinks. You know, it
Yeah,
wasn't
she
her
was
own
very
way.
much so manipulative. If you really think about it, the R. Kelly of One Piece is Struzen.
Troyson. Oh yeah.
Struzen, whatever. He
Yeah.
watched her as a 10-year-old girl and raised her up, groomed her. And he's Perisparrow's father, right?
Yeah.
He's the
I don't-
disgusting person.
Well,
I
listen,
don't know if
but-
that's actually true.
Is it confirmed what Big Mom what she did to Chiffon's dad?
Yeah, you talking about Pound?
Yeah, the whole like got the kids and then just like
Discarded him.
yeah,
But like, I don't see how we could
toss
defend
them aside.
some.
I'm
things that
saying,
Big
but this
Mom's
is
done.
all because she's been taken down the wrong path. But at
Yes.
heart,
No,
as a
'cause I-
child, Big Mom she's not a bad, well, she is a bad person. You are a product of your experience in your environment.
Yeah, her
But
people hurt.
I
Streisand
don't know.
was very instrumental in her becoming it. So Big Mom would have fucked around and got found by a Marine. Like they said, she would be the fleet admiral right now. I don't think she was evil naturally. She was nurtured to become evil.
And she just couldn't be disciplined. That was another problem too.
Okay,
You know, when somebody does wrong, you got to put them in their place. There was nobody there that was able to do that. So, you know, you put those two things together and you just made a monster.
I guess.
Also,
And
by
then-
the
and
way,
then, like-
that's why I think she wouldn't have made a good fleet admiral. Maybe admiral, they could just do whatever, but fleet admiral, I don't.
Bruh, she would have made a great cleansing all by herself. What you talking about?
No,
My
I feel like
question
just
is,
the rationale and decision making. I don't think Big Mom would have been able to do it.
do y'all think that
Decision-making.
statement of her being a fleet admiral, if she would have joined the Marines, like kind of puts the Yonko versus Admirals thing to bed?
I don't know. I don't know if it does
No.
because they were looking at Big Mom just as a potential what she could become.
You
I
don't
know
think
people
she
were
reached her
using this
potential?
latest
This is
episode for
before
the whole
she even had
Yonko
a
versus
devil
Admiral
fruit.
thing.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Them boys be just saying shit, bro.
Everything about
is
this
true.
story is about hyperbole. So, I mean, and if they would have said they could have been emu, that would have been taking it a bit too far. But what higher strength of power could it be other than, you know, Fleet Admiral? It's just a comment.
And I also see, like, if Big Mom, to be honest, bro, if she was a Marine, I don't think she would reach this potential.
I mean, yeah, of course. I'm just saying they just looked at how strong she was as a kid. This is before she even had her devil fruit, right? And they said if she was to join the Marines, this motherfucker could become the fleet admiral. But she didn't join the Marines. She became a pirate, and she's just a Yonko.
Big
But
Mom
how
was
much of it is
raised-
also like Mother Caramel like upscaling her so that she could get in a good price?
That's exactly
I mean,
what I'm saying. They
she
speak in
brought her.
hyperbole. But my thought
I think
process is like,
sometimes Oda speaks through characters.
No, but Big Mom, like, there's like certain characters like Big Mom and Kaido, like younger kids that you can see definitely have the potential to be Admiral Yonko level. Like, they're just Big Mom was just built
'Cause-
different, bro. You could see it from a young age.
Yeah, I think sometimes we have to understand when Oda is speaking through a character. I'll give you the perfect example.
Big Mom,
Motherfuckers don't respect at all when Queen was like, armament hockey masters have succumbed to this move. Like, nobody respects that statement. Right. But like, that's Oda speaking through Queen to tell y'all this is a very strong attack. Most people are not surviving this.
and Big Mom might be the strongest
bad example, sir.
child that we've seen in One Piece.
How is that a bad example?
Because like it didn't work then, and
But
Queen's
it did
full of
work.
crap. So his words don't. If we're going to use people's words to tell a story, then the person's words have to hold weight. When Luffy says that person is a good character, we have thousands of chapters of Luffy using good, emotional intelligence. Queen just shows up and just says anything, anytime. So I'm not taking anything Queen
How
says
did it
in
not
regards
work
to.
if it crushed every bone in Sanji's body? If Sanji couldn't heal himself, he would be dead right now. The attack worked.
True, but at the same time, was Sanji even using Haki to defend himself?
No, but that doesn't matter. He still
So
was
if we're
crushed.
talking about Haki masters could blah 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 whoop de whoop, and I don't use Haki and I'm fine, then that makes the comment moot.
But he's not fine because of Haki. He's fine because he's a modified human. If Sanji was not a modified human,
not working.
if he wasn't a modified human and he didn't use Haki, he would be dead regardless. Every single bone in his body was crushed. Factually.
Sanji did not take Queen seriously.
And I agree with you. But that don't change the fact that the attack worked.
I'm not taking somebody serious.
But I also agree with Jeja. I feel like Sanji was he was expecting a king level fight and he got Queen. And he could have gone much more than what Queen offered.
That is true. I agree with y'all. Sanji spent half of that fight fighting himself. I'm about to say
Sanji was having dialects talking about Frankie. Frankie would like those lasers. Like it's a walk in the park.
But what I'm just saying is that sometimes Oda communicates things through characters. Him saying that even armament Haki masters have succumbed to this attack was him trying to boost the strength of that attack and also make Sanji being able to heal from it seem more impressive. That's Oda talking through Queen. Same thing when King did the laser attack with Zoro against Zoro, and Zoro's like, that thing is as fast as a laser. That was Oda telling us, look, this attack is very fast, because Oda puts a lot of respect on lasers for some reason. I don't see it because it never is actually as impressive as he tries to make it out to be. But he communicates certain things through characters. You can tell when somebody's being hyperbole and somebody is like, it's like Oda saying, like, yeah, this is how strong that attack was.
If Zoro's saying something, I'm paying attention. If Queen is saying something that don't got to do with science, I'm not paying attention.
I mean, that's fair, but that's also, I think that's just a byproduct of people downplaying Queen's strength.
Yes.
It's not far-fetched for the second strongest person in Kaido's crew to have an attack that can crush armament Haki masters. Is that crazy?
I mean, it is a fair point. All right.
I don't think that's like, wow. Like, if he was like, people with advanced conquerors Haki can't even survive this, I'd be like, yeah, he's just blowing shit. Like, come on, he's just talking. But if armament Haki masters, like, if Lucci was in that attack, I don't think Lucci would survive it.
Lucci wouldn't have never gotten that attack.
That's not the point. If he was caught in,
that is the point.
If he was caught in the attack, he wouldn't have survived it.
I just think if you're going to make the point about Oda saying things with specific characters, don't pick a goofy character, bro. That's all I'm saying. If you mentioning Zoro and like everything we got to go with Zoro, that's cool, but Queen may not be the one to elicit your point.
It doesn't take away from the point because he was still trying to communicate how impressive what Sanji was doing. Like, even if it was Queen talking, it was Oda's way of gassing up Sanji. So him saying that this attack is very strong, what Oda was telling us right there was, this attack is very strong. I'm going to have Sanji survive it to tell y'all how extreme his healing factor is. So to communicate how strong it was, he tells you through King, even armament Haki masters have succumbed to this attack. That is how you communicate that. So Sanji surviving it feels more impressive. If he never says armament Haki masters have succumbed to it, then it's just like, oh, Sanji got squeezed and he survived. But you put that statement in there as an author to boost up the strength of the attack to also make what Sanji do more impressive. Because at the end of the day, even if Queen is goofy, Sanji still wants to gas up. I mean, Oda still wants to gas up what Sanji is doing.
Does he?
Yes.
Man, all I know, when I was 5 years old and I was watching the Power Rangers, the lady will make up a character, and then this character can destroy the world, and then like the Pink Ranger would like handle that thing. Like people just be saying things, especially villains. They just be saying things because they just be in the moment feeling themselves so much, and then when they get brought back down to reality, that's the thing that really hits them. Like, dang, I thought myself being up here, and now I'm way down there, and now I got to do some self reflection. That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
that's cool, but in that specific situation, that's not the same. If Clint was like, Kaido's gonna take over the world because his crew is gonna make him, we're gonna put him in that position to do so. That's him feeling himself and talking his shit. But that very specific situation was Oda communicating through Queen how strong that attack was and how impressive it is that Sanji was able to basically shrug it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see what's so crazy about that.
Well, there is one thing I want to point out just to like stray away from the topic a bit. People are talking about just in general like Holy Knights, Loki possibly being swayed and why they wanted Loki. And not to like skip everything, but towards the end of the chapter, like if y'all read, I find it very interesting the whole like King Harold situation and the fact that the Giants were supposed to be mercenaries. So I think that Loki probably has something to do with that because there's a reason why the Holy Knights want Loki. Loki has another truth about why he supposedly killed his own dad, and there's another truth to why the Giants were supposed to be with the world government, but now they're peaceful. And King Harold changed the whole game. He shifted everything into a completely different direction, and now Elbaf doesn't even know they were supposed to be mercenaries. So
From what
it's
I
tough.
gather, is Harold was probably pressured into working with the world government to turn the Giants into mercenaries and be his their army.
Most
So
likely.
because he couldn't, like, it was probably like, if you don't agree, then we're going to destroy Elbaf or kill your wife or your son or something, right?
Yeah.
So he couldn't disagree. So what he probably decided to do was, well, if I can't not agree to this or or whatever, I'll just make sure that I weaken the strength of Elbaf to make them not want to take us.
Hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hence the whole like peace, love, and thing with the kids and all. Also, I
Like,
think there
we're
has
gonna
to be
get schools,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, there has to be something like involving the ancient giants, because I feel like there's a huge reason as to why like this man literally ripped out his own horns out of his head just to make a statement or a point, and
That
like
was probably his like. He was like, I'm gonna rip these horns on my head to really get these people to buy in on the new era of peace, because if they don't take me serious, then they're gonna continue their ways of the warriors, and
yeah,
the government is just gonna use us as mercenaries.
yep.
I want to make the government as uninterested as possible.
Hmm.
It may have been a poor
So
way of doing it, but it probably is the only choice.
feel like this may be a bit of a stretch, but we knew that like Hardrugan and the new giant pirates, they was working under Buggy before Dressrosa. You
Hmm.
know, once Dressrosa and everybody decided to become a part of Luffy's Grand Fleet, they was a part of their mercenary group. So me just, using my, I guess, trying to make a prediction, will we be surprised if the world government try to go to Cross Guild and try to have them work with them in regards to basically trying to align with pirates and whoever they can to just amass the strongest group possible? I mean, if Cross Guild is putting bounties on Marines and I buy the Cross Guild, that's killing two birds with one stone, right?
I think maybe it would be a bad look to the world, like, to work with
Especially
people who
because
put bounties on the Marines. But I
yeah,
mean,
I
it's
was
a
gonna say
smart
that.
move though. But they're all about saving face and looking like a certain way. So like,
I mean,
these
it is
dudes, the reason why you got
definitely.
Marines have died, and now y'all working with them. Especially since now they got the Seraphim, and their whole thing was, we don't need to work with pirates anymore because we have the Seraphim now. So I can see it being like, we can't work with them because of what they've done.
It
What
does
they
seem like a
call
CP9 type op where it's like, you know what, like to get in the shadows, we'll try to hire mercenaries from Buggy's crew. Because if they made that public, it would never work. But it's definitely some like on the low type stuff that
But let me
they have
ask
to
y'all.
figure out.
Oh,
You think?
so Blackbeard is trying to get himself an island, a country, and he's going to use Garp as kind of like part of the wager, part of the bargaining chip. So are we
Mhm.
saying that like the world government with Garp already being captured on Pyre Island, they wouldn't even try to bargain or try to work with these people to make it happen? Because I'm kind of thinking of it from both sides. Like y'all got Garp, I feel like Blackbeard is going to help the Celestials when it comes to getting their supplies that the Revolutionaries is stopping. Like he's going to help them in that regard, and he got Garp as a bargaining chip. And then the same thing with Crossgill. You take away the Marines bounties, and then you get the strength of Mihawk and the guile of Crocodile on your side. That's just it may not be look the best look face forward, but you're a stronger unit at the end of the day.
True.
Yeah.
But I feel that that whole situation, I definitely feel that it's gonna be very different in the sense that they're probably gonna paint it so that Blackbeard looks like a villain, like towards the public media, and be like, "Oh, we tried to do everything to save Garp, but we just couldn't do it." And like we sent out a whole bunch of different people, like Kobe and all these Marines and all these different, like very high qualified people, but there was just nothing we could do. And then they lost the hero Garp, and everybody's sad. But when in reality, they didn't want to save him in the first place because Garp is their biggest wild card that they can't control. That's just how I view it. Because I feel like they can always use the media or like try to spin a public image to make themselves look better. Because that's what they've been doing for the entire series.
Well, they might just cover up the fact that Garp is dead. I mean, they might act like they got him. It's pretty easy to do that.
Very true.
So do you think because
Also,
Luffy he has the Giants on his side after Aked arc? Do you think so? Do you think that moment like the Gorosei are starting to realize we have to invade Mauricio at this point? I mean, we have to invade Elbaf. Get the
Yeah, I
Giants on
think
our
that
side
there's gonna be
because it seems
I
like
think the way Egghead finishes is Elbaf. You can't do two arcs starting with
Yeah.
it back to back, you know. But I think the way Elbaf finishes is not finishes but progresses is this initial confrontation they probably lose it. And but there's gonna be a second, you know, we're gonna get the Straw Hat training arcs or whatever.
yep.
And the second confrontation is like a full-on invasion from the Holy Knights.
so the beginning of the
So
war.
yeah, the war starts at Elbaf. And oh, chill out, Ja. Chill out, Ja. Oh my god. But
Yeah, because I
yeah,
really
I think that
because
he
the fact that
yeah,
they point this out, the whoever the Giants are a legion to will have an effect on the war. It's like it seems like they really are going to have to make a move here in Elbaf, and
Yeah.
since they know that, and you know I think it was all the way back in Punk Hazard they said they wanted Giants when Law was
I can
explaining the
see
ancient giants and everything. So if Luffy now has Loki on his side, I mean that's even like now you really have to figure out a way to make a move
I
in
can
Elbaf.
see Agora say leading the charge too, man. So I've seen some people trying to tie. I think it was Toyota actually. I didn't get a chance to read the article because I think he had just not article the thread because I think he had just started it, but it was trying to tie Top Man to Elbaf because of his fruit, I believe. So let's say Top Man leads a charge on Elbaf with all the Holy Knights with him, and Garp, not Garp. This is when we finally get the
Darling,
Dragon and Top Man fight.
Ooh.
if Top Man come to Elbad, we'll never find out what the One Piece is. We just gonna have to go back to Joy Boy and see what he got to say because that's a wrap.
At this point, it's just
Top
gonna be a
Man come to
playback recording.
Elbaf, he's getting cooked.
And
by
where's Frankie
Dragon.
in this chapter?
He
He's
is
with the giant, right?
Smoking.
He's
Smoking
you know
shit.
that base that they found, that like 3,000-year-old like robot base
Yeah.
or something in Elbaf, in the trees. He's there with
With
Ripley, Bonnie, and
Yeah, yeah.
Lilith.
All right.
that makes
I'm
sense.
disappointed in you, Preach. I would imagine you would know. He beat up the big fake Zeus. Like, I would imagine you would have definitely knew where Frankie was. He put the zap on that man and had Lilith and Ripley cheering all crazy. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Also-
but I was just wondering because when Gunko was talking about the Giants going to a certain side, Frankie wasn't in that. Well, he wasn't
Gunko got
there.
hitter?
Yeah. No.
'Cause
The
That was with
Preach makes a
Nami
good
and
point.
everyone else. And
Yeah,
it's
because
interesting because
Frankie has
Frankie is the one
already-
who knows about from the Harley. Like he knows the just gonna be an entire war, and they're just finding this out.
Yes. So
Yeah, no,
Frankie
Frankie,
knows
he's
everything,
still
so he
in
knows
that-
who's gonna side with who.
He's still in that kind of futuristic looking area, running away from it though. Because you remember last time when they found that area, it was like one of the things found them there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I
I
want to
feel
say,
like Oda is inconsistent with how impressive these laser beams are supposed to be, bro. It's like you get right now where Frankie taking down one of these things with a laser. You get where Edison is like, yo, we can't let you hit the seraphim with a laser. They ain't even tested that yet. But then, like, when people actually use lasers, though, it's like never really impressive. Like, you know, am I tripping? Like, Kizuru lasers haven't really done anything. Sanji got hit with 3 of them, and he was straight.
Yeah, but that's Sanji.
oh shit! I just saw the chat. Shout out to Flevins coming in and dropping 10 gifted as well as a membership for 12 months. Hey,
Big
shout out to
W's in the
Flevins, man.
chat. Big W's in the
Showing
chat
out
from
for
the GOAT, bro.
Team Top, man.
I love it.
Almost
I love
always
it.
at this point. JJ got
I mean,
anything to say?
I mean, fact of the matter is, when it comes to them donations, it's like a Team Top Men squad. Shout out to everybody, yo. And understand there's not a lot of space on Team Top Men. Like, we're rather full, but you know, you could put in your applications for, you know, for when he pop back up, because Walkery be smashing all the time.
Hey. I'm not gonna say that's facts, but Egghead was pretty stressful with him. I will say that. But there is 2 things I want to address because Preacher's talking about it a bit with Frankie. Is that it seems that all the Holy Knights, or at least Gunko does, so I'm assuming that the rest do, know about the entire like world's history and what's supposed to
They
happen.
know the prophecy. Yep.
Yeah. So they're trying to manipulate it and change it, which means what is up in Marijua in terms of a source of information that like tells them all of this? Is it the Gorosei that's just like telling them these facts and they just take it like as truth? Is it Emu telling them? Do they know if Emu exists? Probably not. Or is there like actual poneglyphs or things like that in Marijua that are able to tell them these things?
I have
Or
a
like
feeling
some kind of
the
secret
whole Knights
database.
know that emu exists. I know that's. Yeah, I think so. I think they know.
I think they know for sure. Yep. And you know, I think some things like I made a video before where I was talking about how in the celestial dragons they believe the will of D are like demons, right? Like they're afraid of the will of D. So I think that's also part of like they have certain superstitions where it's like they know someone at the top like Emu and the Gorosei know the prophecy, and then somehow things kind of trickle down and get leaked into like a superstitious prophecy.
And
Yeah.
also, like the fact that Gunko's biggest fear was Nika, I feel like
Yeah.
for that to be her fear, she kind of has to have been told, you know. So
Also,
Yeah.
shout out to Flevins with another $5. He said, "Much love. I'll check out the VOD later." Yeah, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, enjoy the Oblivion remaster.
But
See
I
you in the
mean,
VOD.
we learned off the mural that Nika had to do with the 2 worlds ending. So like, I don't know nothing about anything, but I know he was there. That's enough to be fearful of, in my opinion.
And you know, like
But
I don't know if this is
Gunko?
just a thing in Elbaf where they think Nika will destroy the world, but I mean the same thing could be assumed with the celestial dragons.
Yeah.
I'm saying Gunko hasn't seen the mirror, right?
But she knows that
No.
story from
Yeah,
the Holy Knights.
She knows the story.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
the funny thing is that like all these like different stories and conclusions are based off of assumptions of all the different transgressions of history and events throughout time. And obviously, as Vegapunk said, right, I feel that all of this is going to directly lead towards the One Piece, right? And I feel like the One Piece will actually solve every single like loose thread that all these different people have in terms of conclusions. Whether Sun God Nika is supposed to destroy the world, save the world, he's supposed to help all races, is he supposed to go up against the government, do all these crazy things, like destroy everything? Like it, I feel like the One Piece will like thoroughly just like it's a little tiny thing, but with that like small piece of information or whatever it is, it helps everything else. Also,
But I
want
wouldn't
to
say that.
go.
I
Go
wouldn't
ahead. Go
say
ahead.
that it would be assumptions. I would say it's flat out false information. That's one thing that I feel like the story has always been focused on is if you're not doing the research yourself, you don't know it. We already know that celestial dragons don't know about the void century, and we do know that they feel like for some reason that they're not humans, they're above. That's the way that they've been taught. So I would imagine it would be the same way when it comes to Gunko as well. She's just getting the information from the bad side.
No, that makes
Yeah,
complete
I'm
sense.
agreeing with that. I'm just saying, like, does Gonko know about? So the root of this conversation is, does Gonko know about Emu, right?
Yeah,
hmm
And we're saying, what are y'all saying?
I think so.
I'd say no, Loki, because based on the vibes that Emu is giving, I feel like they are someone that's extremely cautious to the point where their appointed individuals, aka the Gorsei, are the only people that know of their existence. Everybody else
That's fair.
doesn't even deserve to be worthy of knowing that there's someone who's controlling the throne.
I think okay. I think Gonko. I think the Holy Knights know to a very
Yes.
basic level. I don't think they know everything about Emu like the Gorsei. But I think they at least know that there's someone in the shadows. Like there's someone, because like it's like how would Garling Figurlin like just become a celestial? Like it seems like Garling was not surprised when he became a Gorsei.
Celestial Dragon? Oh, sorry, Gorsei, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like
And JJ, what are you saying? She knows or she doesn't know about Emu?
I'm imagining all the Holy Knights know about Emu. I mean, up in
Yeah.
that area, Emu doesn't really seem to be as protected as we imagine it. You know, for Wapple to get into the area where Emu is, just let you know, like it's not as fortified as we imagine it to be. I think everybody that's of a certain rank knows of specific things. I don't think your CP characters know. I don't even think all the Celestials know. But once you're a God's Knight and you're in charge of protecting God, I think it's just, they want you to know at the end what's most important. Taking care
Yeah,
of
okay,
Emu.
yeah. So we on the same page. All right.
because
So I agree.
didn't
I
Garland
think
Figurlin
that
like just walk in on the Gorsei and just say I'm the new
yeah, he
Gorsei?
just pulled up. He was like, yeah.
So it
With a
seems
whole
like
new suit,
he
like
understands that there's like a certain
Yeah, I got my
there's a certain
Hierarchy.
ranking to things. Yeah, there's a hierarchy. There's a way
I think that
things
it's
work.
just it is literally just the Gorsei and the Holy Knights. If you're gonna be God's knights, then I need to know what God I'm that knighted me. Plus, for them to have the immortality powers, kind of makes me think
Yep.
like they had to get
Oh
those
yeah, the whole
directly.
regeneration thing, yeah.
Yep.
And the mark.
And
That's
especially
actually a good point.
when you remember Dragon was saying like when the Holy Knights arrive, then it's time for a war. And I mean that's like I think Dragon, because I think in that same chapter we find out about Emu or at least someone that's immortal.
Speaking of which, speaking about knowing Holy Knights, how in the world does Brooke know about the Holy Knights? That's what I
bro,
want.
that's the question I'm supposed to be asking you.
Yeah, that was a
Bro,
good
I have no
then-
clue.
That was a-
Other than the fact that Brooke is an old ass man, I have no clue like how in the world he knows all of these things. He knew about Wano. He knew about all the different generations of like Elbaf for certain lore. Saw Roger as a rookie. All these different things, right? Brooke, I mean, Big Mom, Young Lady, all this
See,
shit,
but
right?
that's
So
the
to the
type
point
of
where
I don't think it's necessarily like okay.
it's probably
Who
just
are the
age.
guys
I
when
don't
you
know.
get to marriage where the dudes like in like the suits,
the knight
the suits
armor.
of armor? Yeah, do y'all think that those are God's knights? I don't think they are.
No, those are just like regular like
Patrol.
infantry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
top notch
okay.
fodder.
It's like
Okay, cool.
That is top notch
All right,
fodder.
that was a relevant
It is
question.
right.
But this is Tyrese, but Jesus, but that sounded kind of crazy. Tyrese Halliburton, he's playing very good basketball. But anyway,
Focus.
I think that I'm watching the game. Watching
Yeah,
the highlights.
Thunder and Pacers both 2-0.
Yeah, I think
Sorry,
that if you really look at, God damn, bro, I forgot what I was saying, bro. Oh man, what was that? What was the question again, bro? It was
We're
Tyrese
talking
like
about
Brooks.
Brooks and Tell.
Oh, okay.
How he knows the Holy Knights.
From Loki's comments, right, when he was telling them about the Holy Knights attacking him, and there was like, did you like run into them when you was a pirate? And Loki was like, if I met them, that means I would already be the king of the world. Do y'all think that implies that he also already knew who the Holy Knights were?
Yes.
Before they jumped him, right?
Yeah,
I imagine he
feel
knew
like
the
that's a little
whole. I
different, though.
mean,
Because Loki
I
is
think he knows
royalty.
about the Holy Knights through, his father,
Yep, that's
through
different.
traveling the world. There's a lot of ways in which he would
It's a
know the
little
Holy Knights.
different,
In my
like from
opinion.
Brooks, some average pirate that's just wandering the sea, knowing about the Holy Knights.
Yeah, so I don't think that the existence of them is exactly. It's not like common information, but it's also not like hidden information. Like if you wanted to find out, you could. But I think their actions are what's rare.
True, but
I
I feel
know,
like
it's like no one has mentioned
it's to
it
the
like this.
point
No one
of
has
like
just mentioned the Holy Knights, and like the only one is like Dragon or Brook.
Dragon. Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like there's levels to it because even CP9, right, a supposed like
Secret
Black Ops
yeah,
unit
it's like no
is
one
so
knows about
secretive.
it.
It's rumors. Like once they act, like it's something that people would never usually find out because if you find out, you're probably already gonna be dead. But now they're just strolling through the new world, like the Zero version, which is supposed to be better than CP9, on ships that say Cypher Pole. And
Same.
now it's not really Black Ops, right? But the God Knights are supposed to be even higher than that.
What did Brooks say? Like, what was the exact quote?
He was like,
He said,
they must be.
I'm afraid this one likely holds an even higher rank, a God's Knight.
Yeah, because it was
She
the
was like,
question
"Yup."
that he was responding to was yeah, like, are you celestial dragons? And he was like, actually, this might
The
be.
fact he even
I think
knows
Krow
that
might be
the
right,
rank
though. I'm thinking about it
exists.
now. Like, he might be right because the Holy Knights might just be like, they might be even more broadly known of. It just kind of makes it frustrating because Oda never introduced it before.
True.
I think that the thing is just like there are chances he could have done it, but there are also, I feel like if we know that if Shanks' twin brother is a Holy Knight, then the idea of the Holy Knights has been around for a very long time in Oda's mind.
And you have to think too, if Garling is really like so famous, how they make it seem like the Holy Knights are probably famous in the world too.
Yeah, but it just
Garling
never
is famous through the Celestials. I don't think like people in Sabaody are talking about Garling.
You don't think he has he's like a known
champion of
name
God Valley? Because nobody know about God Valley, so yeah, his actions aren't.
My only guess is that because Brook was a leader of a battle convoy of a previous kingdom, maybe that kingdom was affiliated with Marijuan, the world government, and because of that, he was able to visit the Holy Land. And once visiting, he was able to because he's also good at deception, stealth, and like just espionage in general. He was able to see and understand all of these different rankings. That's my only plausible conclusion. Other than that, I have no clue.
Mr. Nine in the chest said, Brooke, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I was a God's Knight. I was thinking too.
That's how it happened, boy.
During the time.
I mean, listen, man. Once Robin pulled out, Plutons and Wano, we could just pull anything from anywhere and just find a reasonable excuse for it.
No, but I feel like Oda does that on purpose with Robin because Robin, in my opinion, already knows 99.99% of the story that's going to unfold. It's just that she doesn't say it solely because Oda doesn't want her to say it because it's lore drops that he wants to use for the future. That's why Robin's so quiet all the time.
I wonder Oda if he's gonna have a bigger connection with the Holy Knights and Brook because during the time skip there was that summoning ritual. They were trying to perform a summoning ritual, and then we've seen the similar thing with the Gorosei. and a holy knight.
And
So,
also Gunko liking Brooks' music too, although it's very small and it's a minor detail.
So I think
It's
maybe
still
there could be
something.
something. Maybe Brooke learned about the holy knights there. Who knows? There's
Bro,
definitely
I
gonna be a
hope it's
connection.
some kind of upscale for Brooke. I don't know how, but please, we need something.
That'd be
for
dope
this
if
man.
Brooke could somehow get like a summoning power or like some kind of teleportation.
Something, bro.
Right. I mean, that's what Moore's had the idea of some more underworld related stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Now let me
Krow
ask y'all
Song
this.
said Robin knows the ancient kingdom name, but won't drop it. I actually low-key
100%
agree.
I
agree,
think
bro.
that the Straw Hats are not real friends. They
I think-
don't talk about anything. Like
That's
nobody
We
cap.
don't
knows
talk
nothing
at
about
all.
I
each
think
She in a
other.
book or
Robin learned
graphic?
that when she read the
I'm
poneglyphs.
talking about the Straw Hats in general. Like even Sanji, like this man a whole prince and y'all ain't found out until what 2 years after y'all met. Obviously, you're not volunteering this info, but damn, y'all ain't friends, bro.
I mean, why would he? It's a traumatic event that he had to go through, and he wanted to pretty much forget that part of himself.
Man, stop being a bitch, bro. Just let motherfuckers know
That's
what's up.
crazy.
That's
Stop.
crazy.
This is something
That's
that could be
crazy.
very relevant.
Saying
our
that to your
adventure
favorite
as
character
pirates.
and
I was saying, this is
knowing what
something
he been through,
that
that's crazy.
can very much so come up in the future in our adventure. Check this out. I used to be a prince of this kingdom of Power Rangers, basically.
Quick WWE aside, like you saying that right there was like when the New Day told Big E, like you broke your neck, so what? Like how you gonna tell your boy you had a tormented childhood, so what? Spill the beans, like
I feel like
that's
the
crazy.
Straw
bro.
Hats, it's
That's
like
important, bro.
But no one in the Straw Hats talks about their past amongst each other.
That's
Because
the
they're trying to
problem, bro.
escape
Even
it.
the
I don't
ones
think
with
it's a
good
problem,
past.
though,
Wait,
'cause
does
it's-
anybody have a good past? No.
But no one, like Luffy, doesn't care about Nami's past. He doesn't care
Yeah,
about
because-
Zoro's past.
Because he
It ain't
doesn't.
about
Because he
kids,
likes
like,
them and
you
wants to
know.
worry about the present and the future. That's it.
Everybody's trying to escape their past.
Like,
Every
what would-
single
what
one.
You gotta
Maybe
know
not
what
the
is-
Luffy.
past. You gotta know the past, or it's doomed to catch up to you, and that's what happened with Sanji. I feel like after that situation, the Straw Hats should have been like, "Yo, let's sit out and any other secrets."
No, it should it should have happened when they reunited at Saboti, when it was after Ace, where like no one knew that Luffy had a brother and no one knew that he was Dragon's son.
Yeah, like a lot of the plot points in One Piece
Or
are
Garb's
predicated on people
grandfather.
just
That's
not
like, bro, that's
talking
such a
about
crazy
anything.
reveal when Garb walks in.
In my opinion, they shouldn't have done it at Sabayoti. They should have done it after Enies lobby.
With
When
Garb,
Robin's
yeah.
whole past is the reason why they went against
yeah,
like the
Robin-
world government. Like they waged war against them.
That's kind of true, yeah.
I feel like that would have been the perfect time for Nami or somebody been like, "Alright,
I think
y'all want to
we
dive
should
in
have a
and talk
sit
about
down.
each other?"
Yeah, like look,
That's
y'all don't
facts,
gotta
bro.
share everything, but is there anything y'all think is
That's
important?
facts because like
Maybe we should know.
because
bro.
if I mean, to Luffy's credit, it's like where Luffy's like, whatever the past is, we're still gonna ride or die for you guys, so we don't need to know the past. But yeah, I think it would make more sense if like Nami or Zoro or someone's just asking the question like, is there anything else? Because you have Robin's whole
Robin.
past, and then
Robin.
Luffy's grandfather revealed like the next day.
Actually, to be fair, Luffy like himself is a huge mystery to the Straw Hats before Enies lobby. They didn't know anything except for the fact that he's goofy, he laughs a shit ton, and he's beaten every single person they've come across.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that, but
it's-
I'm saying when you have multiple events in a short period of time where it's like big reveals like that,
Yeah,
it should raise some questions
Yeah,
for everyone
yeah. I
else.
just like I said, yeah, like they should.
that's what I'm
they should
saying.
be
Like post
I
Enies
should know
lobby,
that.
there should have been a huge debrief.
And it's like Usopp's father is a red hair pirate. Then you have
Yep.
so it's just
Don't
keeps
nobody know
going.
but Luffy probably.
No one knows but Luffy.
Like that's
No,
stuff
that's
that's
funny, that's funny,
important, bro. That shit is important, bro.
I never thought
that's
about that,
like
bro. Luffy probably never told nobody, bro.
The only
What?
person in
Stop,
the story.
Like he
Stop.
probably
That is
never
red hair
said
pirate?
anything about Yasop.
No, he
This
did.
should've
It's
been
very
like-
Probably told everybody, but don't nobody believe him but Chopper.
Everybody should like go to Rob and have like a 1v1 therapist type session where like, hey, check this out. This is what we got going on. I used to be the prince of the German kingdom. It might come up in the future. Zoro, look, Kuina fell down the stairs, and I'm scared of stairs now. something like everybody should have had their own little one-on-one with her, so at least she could be the one person that knows somebody everything, you know.
That was
Nah, but
supposed
the
to
thing
be
is,
Yamato's
he's very
job, but
smart,
then
so she's gonna keep
social media
patient.
outrage came out and she couldn't join, or he couldn't
She's
join.
Why is
gonna-
Robin
he's
the
gonna
one to
keep,
do?
They.
Why?
Actually, that is true. It is wild that Robin is the person to go to for therapy. She needs it the most.
Yeah, she's the last one.
Yeah, she's the last
I
one.
think
to
Nami
do
would
it.
be probably.
She healed now. See her big brother from 20-something years ago. She ain't worried about nothing in this world.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's
okay.
either Nami,
Tell someone about
Jinbei.
that.
It's probably Nami or Jinbei. Yeah, that's probably the two.
Man,
Okay,
Jinbei
even
don't know.
Chopper because he's able to
Jinbei
like
way,
bring
click
about
hopping
Chopper,
around.
no
help.
way,
You can't
No.
trust Jinbei with your info
Nah.
because he gonna go run into
Chopper-
it.
Chopper
Bro,
is
Chopper's
innocent when
literally
it
going to
comes-
cry the whole time while Zoro's telling him about.
No,
Kurita.
he will, but like it's like
Bro,
a
if somebody
whole
cry
like
about that goddamn
health
Queen
thing.
story, then they not serious, bro. I would be like, she fell down the stairs. All right, what happened after that?
Man,
What?
what is wrong with you?
Crow.
That's it?
Yo, that's heartless.
The stairs? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
7-year-old girl.
The stairs.
This man need to have a
bro?
call-in episode where people call with the saddest stories and then he just minimizes it. That got to be one of your episodes,
Bro, come on now. Let's
Yeah.
be serious, bro. The stairs, bro. We don't think that's a ridiculous
I don't
backstory,
believe
bro.
that
It's
narrative.
gotta be. It's gotta
Shout
be
out
more
to-
to it, bro.
Shout out to Crow's Nest, bro. Tune in.
Yeah, shout out to the Nest. Pull up to the Nest. Luca did not try to bank that, but he banked it in. It don't matter. But I'm talking about the stairs, dog. That's crazy.
There's
bro.
more to the story. I definitely believe that.
I definitely
Well, there
think
has
she
to
was.
be.
Did we see
But
Queen of his body in the casket?
No.
Nah, we just saw her with a little napkin over her eyes.
That wasn't Kalina, bro.
Yo. Not the napkin, bro. Oh god.
It was definitely
They sent
napkin.
that
I
lady, they
remember
sent
that.
that
So
woman
what-
straight to Marie Joie, man.
She was awake. Yeah, she was in there. Her eyes wide open, bro.
They worked the trade. They needed a mercenary from the Shimasuki. What's the
I'm not
Shimatsuki?
gonna, bro. I
Yeah.
really, if
Good pass, AR.
if Tashigi is Kuina, that might be the worst outcome for Kuina's legacy. Bro.
No, I don't want it to be
Please
Tashigi. I want it
don't
to
let
be.
it be Tashigi.
Nah, I
want it
still
to
think
be
that
a-
Tashigi is
Respect
Kuina's
Tashigi.
twin. A strange twin. Still think that.
No hate, but I hope Queen stays there. She's not holding. I would actually prefer for her to stay there, but if she had to come back, then I would prefer. You know, it would be cool if she was over.
No,
It
no,
would be
Kuina
cool if she
stays
was
dead,
strong,
but
not
Tashigi
Tashigi.
is Kuina's estranged twin. That like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
lost at birth, and then the
I
Marines
think like
picked her
first
up.
cousin.
Yeah, no, not even first. They look dead alike. So I feel like
Hey, bro, it's
twins
One Piece,
would
bro.
make sense.
It would make sense, but it's One Piece. First cousins looking like ain't far fetched.
Shit. I mean, this ain't Sinners now, but still.
Shout out to Sinners. That's a
Sinners is a great movie.
You saw it?
Yep.
1 to 10. How you feeling?
Oh, easy like 9.6, 9.7. It was great.
I think
Dang.
9.5.
Bro
I
said the
9.5.
same thing. Let's
That's
go.
a banger.
Really?
That's a fucking banger, bro. Yes.
Hey, I loved it, bro.
That's a banger, bro. And watch it in the field. Don't go no 1, 2, 3 movies and watch.
Oh
go
no,
watch
you
it.
you can't do it like that. I feel like these days it's definitely much better to watch movies in the theater now, especially. I mean, the memes about it, the whole like Minecraft situation. That's just like it went way too out of hand. But like that whole thing is coming back now, where people are like dying to go to movie theaters for all these new movies.
And apparently, to watch the IMAX, it makes it better. I didn't watch IMAX, but it still looked good to me. So I don't think it's
No, I-
necessary, but it's.
No, I didn't watch no IMAX, but still, it was beautiful. It was a great movie.
He's probably a slave. Tom is going to come back. He got he got shot with tranquilizer bullet. I mean, if it was the 4Kids dub, which is an interesting topic that's going to come up on the Crow's Nest, it would have been tranquilizer bullets for sure.
Oh, yo, real quick. Dragon said we need to wait for the God Knights to move before we start moving. What's y'all
Mhm.
percentage of Dragon coming to Elbaf?
He's more likely to come back than Shanks. I don't think Shanks
Give me a-
has
give me a
any chance
number.
of coming back. I think it's a 60% chance Dragon winds up in Elbaf.
I think if he does end up, it's because of two situations. One, the whole Holy Knights thing that Krow was talking about, like their return, like for a full scale invasion on Elbaf. That's where he comes in, and I feel like it'll be towards the end of the Elbaf arc specifically, where he meets Luffy, meets all the Straw Hats, trained up, and then it's like, okay, you ready to go to war, and final war starts. I feel like that's
It's going to be Top Man leading a invasion on Elbaf, and Dragon is going to beat him. Like, yo, it's time for me to stop looking east.
Are we buying
I
the
think-
Gunko Guinea theory?
Gunko Guinea. Oh,
That's an offensive foul, and come on now. But
'Cause
I can
mean,
respect
that'd be
it.
a cool
I think it
moment
might be
if
like a
Dragon
clone.
shows up, and then Ivankov sees Gunko or something. Like, it would be cool.
I
If the
can
theory
see
Dragon,
it.
bro. Listen, if Dragon got the wind fruit, I'm responding to Grow son. If he got the wind fruit, bro, he can literally fly, bro. I don't think nothing's stopping him. If Oda
see
wants
a
somebody
world
to be
in-
somewhere, he can make it happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I see a world in which that makes sense, where Guinea is like extremely traumatized by the whole situation. So in order to like help the revs as much as possible, she becomes a holy knight, and then she portrays herself as this like as Gunko, as someone who's like extremely into being a celestial dragon, to the point where every single second she's like, "We are gods." They are like puny insects and whatnot. And even the other holy knights, when they were introduced, all four of them, they're like, "Damn, like you really still like going on about like being a god and whatnot." Like, she's like, hell yeah. So I feel like that whole thing is just a projection of making it seem like she's like very holier than thou, when in reality she's gonna turn. So I could see it playing out that way.
Mr. Nine says how a dragon know already. So this is the idea, is that the Straw Hats lose this initial encounter and they return. I mean, they go and train because of a warning, like a Vegeta and Nappa. I mean, a Raditz type warning about Vegeta and Nappa. Like, if y'all don't join us, we coming through with some real shit in such and such time. And
I understand that reference.
Look at you, finally.
Hey,
By the way, I just
I
started
mean,
playing Sparking Zero for the first time.
for
Yes,
real?
she's dead.
6 months
That
later.
game. That's so sad.
It died quick, but it's because
No,
the
who
fact that they
cares, man?
didn't want to update it. If they
It
updated
died
properly,
because that type of game just isn't good for this economy of
nah,
gaming.
I felt like it would have done well. All they had to do was just continue with updates and just crack down on what people were complaining about in terms of meta and annoying ass people like using the same characters over and over.
Let me tell you
That's
what's
all they
wrong,
had to
and
fix.
that's the thing. Those games aren't built to not be a meta heavy game, though. Right?
True.
Like,
There's always gonna be annoying ass people doing like the same thing over and over. But
the problem the biggest problem that it had was not focusing on making it a game where there's a true skill gap. Like, anybody can pick up Sparking Zero and after 3 days be good as hell. Like, well, be good as hell for the standards of Sparking Zero. Because like, it's such a simple game. So like, I don't really see progression as a player. Why am I playing Sparking Zero for a long time if like it takes 3 days to really get good at the game? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it seems like a lot
feel
of
like
a
the
lot
rank
of
system was-
spamming ultimate attacks.
Yeah. It's like this. It's like everybody. And plus, that's another thing. There's no self expression with the characters. Everybody plays the same way for the most part.
more or less, yeah. Let's see.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
I'm gonna let you do this one, because I think this is
Yeah.
directed to you.
go ahead, Priest.
Holy
Wow.
you actually go live. Been watching your videos for a few years now and just wanted to say thank you. Your videos helped me through some really depressing nights. Appreciate it, man. Yep. Yeah, we haven't been posting too much recently. Just been really busy, bro. But it's always nice to hear that, man. I hope everything's going good for you. Appreciate you stopping by and appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate the
Yeah.
cat 10. I don't know what that is, but appreciate
But my
it.
man said he been checking us for a few years. We going on 3 years of going live, bro. You got to turn your notifications on, and you got to come check for us, because we usually doing this once a week. We've been a little stagnant, but we do this usually about once a week. So come check on us, man, and make sure you like and subscribe. Pretty please.
Sure, you're right. Sure, you're right.
2 things.
Hold on, so
I'm
Mega
guessing
T,
that's
hold on. First of all, my question
Mega
is,
T also.
with the member for 18 months, did he purchase something, or is it just because he's a member he can send that?
No, you
No,
get
no,
so you get a
he
free message every month, I think. If you
Oh,
member.
it's a membership thing, but
He says that bomb dragon will not help Luffy directly until Garp is free and the whole fam can stand together. Garp is not getting free, brother. I'm sorry.
he won't be. But I'll going back to Gormus, I think. Yeah, I think that's Canadian dollars, and also hopefully you're in a better place now. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, other than that, just appreciate you stopping by.
Canada. Shout out to Canada, bro. More people be hating on Canada.
No, Canada's dope.
Shout out to Canada. I heard the housing market is terrible. I would move to Canada if I could. But I would like being cold, so I don't know.
You know, 80% of Canada's population is on the border of us.
Really?
For
So it's really just America part two?
Because it's cold
Well,
up there,
America-
boy.
It's America Canada part two. Which one is it? I don't know. I don't really care. But anyway, shout out to Gormis. Gormis.
You know,
I hope I'm saying
sometimes
that
I go
right.
out, every now and then I go back, check some comments. I don't post that much, but I still see a lot of people commenting and stuff like that. It's always, it makes me want to start posting again, bro. It's just a matter of time. I'm really busy right now.
Don't worry, bro. I got you, bro. I'm gonna get the AI voice filter and match my voice is yours and just start uploading videos. The first one, will Sanji get Conqueror's Haki? Yes.
Okay,
that's a
back to the
whole rebrand
chapter.
in
So,
itself, yeah. Back to
how
reality.
happy are we that Summers put the beats on Saul? How happy are we? Because I'm
I'm
ecstatic.
very
personally.
happy. I'm very happy. I just like the Guards Knights looking good, bro. I love it, bro.
No,
It just
I
makes
do like the fact that the God's Knights are looking like to be actual threats with taking the Albafian children to making sure all the Straw Hats are actually in fear and they like need to step up themselves because Luffy can't save them every single time. Like they need to develop in terms of strength as well, not just in terms of character. So now that this is happening, it'll get the wheels turning, it'll get shit popping. So that's good.
So
Overall,
we saw the kid. Sorry.
my bad. I was gonna say the rating. I'll say overall 9 out of 10. It's a great chapter, especially for the Holy Knights.
And we saw my guy Summers using the same weapon that Loki and Kaido uses. Is that just like him having a bat and him using his power to bring thorns out, or is everybody just walking around with bladed bats nowadays? Like, is that the new thing?
I think it's the first.
You ever watched The Walking Dead, bro?
Not at all.
Me neither, but I've seen Negan with the
No way.
I've never seen it, but I know about
Mr. Nine,
Negan.
I'm with you, yo. I'm really enjoying Summers, yo. I said it on that last stream, but the way he talks is crazy. And like, imagine you trying to fight somebody like Summers, and every time you hit him, like he just disintegrates and regenerates. Like that's got to be so frustrating.
He's such an asshole, bro. Like he's one of those characters Oda makes you love to hate, and
yeah.
But he's strong too. It's rare. Oda always do the characters like that, but they're never
it's
strong.
It's like an Orochi
really.
or someone. It's like someone you
just
like hate.
Imagine Orochi can actually beat your ass. Like that's scary, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, theoretically, with his devil fruit, he was supposed to. He's just
I think if you put me in his world and gave me a month, I think I can kill Orochi.
You know, one thing I want. Is I don't know if I do want a sequel to One Piece, but the coolest thing about a sequel would be to see like all the devil fruits go to different type of characters. Like imagine that devil fruit in someone's hands in like the future, where it's someone powerful, worthy.
Oh, like a what if type scenario. Imagine a what if type scenario with One Piece. Like
that's what I want. That's what I want.
Like what if
you've already had the only one Oda's done so far is what if Sabo came to Marineford. But other than that, it would be sick.
That shit wouldn't change nothing. Bro.
Wait, Oda did that?
Yeah. Oda made a panel like about Sabo saving Ace and Luffy from Akainu, like pulling up last second.
If like what if was a cool gun who wore armor and was like Dofi, I think that Wano would have been so much better if Orochi was a strong swordsman that Zoro could have fought. Is Usopp actually weak? Hell yeah.
He is, but that doesn't mean he'll be permanently weak. He can grow much stronger, and the only thing that's stopping himself is himself. That's it.
He's gonna die, bro. So I mean, it's not really like.
But regardless, if he wants to gain strength like 100 times or 1,000 times more powerful than he is right now, the only thing that's stopping him is himself.
If Usopp passes, he's gonna have the greatest death in One Piece history.
Facts. Actually, I wanted to do like who is the Straw Hats more likely to die?
Most
If we
likely
have
to
to
die.
like rank them, yeah, most
I
likely.
think Usopp
This
is
is like
number
the
one.
top four though, because Usopp is one. Who y'all think is
Top
number two?
four.
Luffy is
Not
two.
including Luffy. Not including Luffy. Not
Luffy's
including
two.
Luffy.
Not
Not
including
including
Luffy.
I would say Zoro is probably 3. Like he would die for
I
Luffy.
say Zoro would be next. But I also think like if we look at like the way Sanji is and his like whole putting people before himself thing,
Sanji
I can
dies for
see
Nami.
Sanji, especially since Zoro already did his sacrifice moment with nothing happen. I can see Sanji dying. I would
Sanji
put him number
has
two.
to one up Zoro.
Yeah, he gonna have to one up somehow if he got to die to do so.
Oh
Fuck it,
my.
bro. But
I can see him dying for Nami, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I can see one of the old heads taking a hit. Like,
Brook
like
and Jinbei.
Not just Brook and
I
Jinbei,
don't-
even Robin too. I feel like they take a hit,
No, bro,
like,
I
or
can
like let's say like there's a like an attack like happening, like everybody can see it going on, and it's aimed towards like one of the younger like members, and there's no way of like deflecting it or moving it aside. Like someone has to take the hit. I feel like one of the older members would jump in and take it.
I think Robin. I
Robin,
don't see Robin dying. I think she probably is like the least likely. Robin or
which
Chopper.
ones would hit the hardest? Which ones would y'all say would hit the hardest? Usopp one number one, I believe, right?
I think
I
Luffy
feel
for
like
sure,
if
and then
Zoro were to
Zoro.
die, it would hit hard, especially with the community because like they just love Zoro.
Yeah.
I think Zoro.
Man,
It
Zoro would go
depends.
out so hard, like it would be like so masculine. Like they would almost take the emotion out of Zoro dying. Zoro would probably like
He would probably like
it would be like the Vegeta death in Boo, but like no Trunks there to like hug real quick.
You remember when what's that one guy in
You
Naruto?
Kakarot.
Who's the guy in Naruto who like remember he put the sword in his mouth and then started or the knife?
Oh, Zabuza?
Yeah, bro, that was like the hardest. And then like I feel like Zoro would do something like that, or like a guts moment where he just slices up like 100 people and then goes out like that.
Seppuku.
I mean, I'm just saying, Scopper killed 100 plus people on the mountain. He survived. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a stronger enemy for Zoro for sure, but.
Oh yeah, man. What does an awakened Chopper devil fruit look like?
Awakened Chopper's devil fruit?
Does he like look like a
Will
human?
he have like the scarf? Will he have the
I think
scarf?
he has a scarf. Like, what if he's like a human, but he has a scarf? That would be
more
hard.
human. Yeah, because I always wonder what is the human form of Chopper.
I just think that his brain power would be even better. That's what I'm thinking. Because if you look at all the human fruits, it's all based off of enlightenment in some sort. Luffy's is based on like just the embodiment of positivity and radiance.
Freedom.
You got freedom. You got what you call it? Sengoku's being Buddhism and pure enlightenment, literally. I mean, he shines when he like awakens his devil fruit. So it could literally be anything, but I think it has to be something spiritual.
I think the Chopper is just like the perfect human, basically, right? Come on, yes, I'm using an ad blocker. I'm not turning it off. I'm trying to read the devil fruit page. Like I feel like it was actually like explained. Like it's like he's like an enlightened human or like a genius, basically, something like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I didn't like that they kind of got rid
Or can grow up, or is he in like this perpetual child state?
I'm hoping he can grow up because he's too damn old to act how he acting right now. Anyway,
It's based on what Toei and Oda wants to do with him. Because right now
Like
it's
I'm
mascot
saying like
season.
20 years from now, is Chopper still the same energy, the same Chopper energy that we love?
I'm assuming he'll be.
Oh no,
Like,
he's gonna.
a 15-year-old there should be like a grandfather. Like you got to do better, Chopper.
He's 7, so he's
I mean, he
old
acts like
deal,
a
but
6-year-old
young
kid, right?
Yeah, that's that. So, but the way he acts doesn't match any of his age. So, like, okay, Oda did say if a human consumed the fruit, it would make them. They could find their true spirit. Could that have some type of hint on like crackers? I mean, Chopper's.
his true like soul or embodiment of who they are, like deep down inside.
They said deer rarely
Because
live past 50.
I would argue Luffy is. I would argue Chopper is
Yeah, because they
maybe
keep
even
jumping in front
more
of people's goddamn cars.
childish than Luffy.
I've hit 5 deer in my car, bro.
Damn.
What I'm saying is like a
Seriously.
15-year-old like Chopper should be the smartest person on the crew by far. He should have all the knowledge. 15 years old as a deer, like, bruh.
Man,
The
y'all
thing
have
is,
certain-
I don't disagree because he is a literal doctor. Doctors are insanely smart. They're supposed to know everything about human anatomy, all different types of sciences in order to make sure they can use things. Like, based on how, like, Chopper uses the sciences, he should literally have a PhD in chemistry, biology, physics, literally everything. He should be that smart. And, like, the whole brain, that's what I'm saying, though. They should be using the whole brain point thing a lot more. Which is why I
The
could see
doctors-
Chopper being smarter as an awakened person. Or awakened.
Mega T with the 5 gifted.
5 gifted.
You know,
Hey.
I know that. Listen, I know that people try to push an agenda that the top men pilots are the only guys. That's a very interesting name. But they try to push this little agenda that the top man guys are running the game with the donos. But if you really get down to the nitty gritty and you look at it, Mega T, one of the Sanji for Conquerors hockey people in here, one of the greatest, is leading the race. That's all I'm gonna say.
He put 5. Top man Flevins dropped 10, sir. In the conversation.
I ain't seen Top man Flevins come through with the honcho. That's all I'm saying.
We really gonna go man for man with this?
10 memberships, like that's close enough.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close, but you know.
Hey, anything is good. Shout out to anybody who's giving anything.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Nah. I'm just saying.
I'm
I
about to
need
make a donation right now.
I need this top man shit to stop because motherfuckers love to run with narratives and create fake agendas, man. But the real ones know. Shout out to Mega T. Even though he's a dragon hater, I can ignore that because he knows the real when it comes to everybody else.
I mean, these Sanji people, they gotta punch up, whether it be Zoro, whether it be Top Man, they just feel inferior no matter what character they're standing next to. Us as Top Man, we just living. And we just thriving. I really tried to leave. I tried to leave Top Man in 2024, but the people was like, we need it. I don't even be doing Top Man like that, and it's still prevalent. You got to think about
always have the best sense of judgment, though. You think about it. Some, people make some bad decisions sometimes. so
you know what? Speaking of Sanji, that's actually a good point. Krow, I feel like that's a good idea. If you just like talk about what Toei's been doing to Sanji recently, I feel like that's a good topic. No, I feel like
a solo rant last time.
No, maybe on here.
Talking about on your call-in show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta manufacture some more fake call-ins. So yeah, that was gonna be something I was gonna tell about the call-in. So y'all ain't hear that chat, my bad.
Yeah,
I may make that call myself because you remember we did the last stream and we was talking about how Toei came back and doing all this extra stuff, and I didn't notice what Krow brought to our attention, but after watching that episode and we was like Nami standing like Sanji on his knees like a damsel in distress, and Nami holding that thing like she just put down the last zombie.
She John Wick and Sanji's a damsel in distress. I'm like, yo, we gotta come on.
That was tough.
Let's be for real, dog. Like I've always some of the stuff the Sanji fans be tripping about because and it is not to say that Toei has never showed Sanji some love, now, but come on, man.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
He said, "Yeah, I had to be saved by Nami." So they got Nami standing up there, blicked up. He on the ground, holding his arm like Vegeta, literally doing a Vegeta stance, bro.
They gave him a Vegeta. That's crazy.
That was bad. And then Zoro just slicing up Seraphim like one shot, just slicing through.
I actually wrote a script and I recorded a whole video about this, but I didn't upload.